What's going on, football fans? Frustrating loss against the 49ers, man. Play here, play there, and it feels like this could have been an Eagles victory easily. But wasn't meant to be. We're going to go through the players, though, win or lose. And we're going to start out with Jordan Mailata, who had a good challenge this game against Nick Bosa and a good 49ers defensive front. So we're going to go through that. Let me know where you're at with this team, though. Close loss here to the 49ers. Good victory last week. Heading into Dallas week. Where do you see the Eagles right now? But we're going to go through Jordan Mailata. Passing the ball here, going against Nick Bosa off the edge. Good get off here, respects the inside. Gets some contact on him and didn't drive him upfield so he doesn't get any contact on Hurts. That's a fine rep. Zone left and a very good block here on 56, Samson, the defensive end. Really good hip explosion as he's taking on right there, elevate him a little bit from the ground, has full control of him as he's coming out there. Zone right, tremendous job here from Mailata and Samalo getting the push on the defensive tackle, number 90 here, moves him way downfield, 5-6 yards downfield before Sanders gets any contact. Another zone to the right side, another phenomenal push here by Mailata and Samalo in combination as they're moving up there. Samalo goes up to the second level. Mailata just keeps moving 95 way downfield here. Play action rollout. All Mailata has to do is to fake the zone here, so he's gonna whip 95 here. Tremendous push. Pushes him so strong, man. It's a fine job by him. Split zone left. A really good hand placement on Nick Bosa as he's coming out here. There he gets the hand placement on the second time. Keeps holding on to him. Has him in full control. Pass rep here against Bosa. Good get off. Sets up in a good angle right here. Chops his feet as he's getting contacted there, so stops the energy from Bosa quickly. Decent pass set. Very good job this time. Bosa commits to the edge, and Mailata reads that quickly. Turns his hips, drive him upfield. Of course, Hurts escapes out the pocket, so it's a rush lane for Bosa. But that's a good rep by Mailata. Very good rep here against Bosa at their own 1 yard line. Good pass set. Respects the inside first. Takes him on well. Has him in full control. Another rep against Bosa. Good setup. Good pass set here. Has a good angle on him where he can counter the inside move Bosa puts on immediately. Good job by Mailata on this rep, sending 6-man pressure. He does a good job initially of helping Samalo here. He's already read that there's got to be more guys coming. And so when these guys stunt inside, he does a good job of taking on Samalo's man fully here. And as this DB is coming to the outside, gives him a little push there as well. So Samalo and Mailata working in good combination on the left side here of controlling everything that comes in here as it progresses. Zone read, so for Mailata that is basically just the zone right. So the first thing he wants to do is assist up on the 3 technique guy. Does that, moves up well to the linebacker here to clear off that area for Hurts. Zone to the right side and just another bonkers rep by Jordan Mailata in the running game here. Gonna take on 3 technique half man. Basically a little bit with Samalo there, moves him well downfield. Create a good lane for Miles Sanders to get 6 yards. Split zone right. So once again, we're just moving to the right here, seeing whatever comes first. This guy's going to stunt inside. So he does a good job here. Then he transitions up to the second level. Gets a tad on Fred Warner to spring Miles Sanders free again. Power right. Got a delayed safety blitz. He's coming down here in the B gap. Along with Kelsey, just stands up a little bit there, takes on the full force of him, doesn't really move anywhere. Very good combination work here from Mailata, first passing on the defensive end as he's going inside, and then keeping his eyes up and picking up the other guy looping around. This is the play where there's a little bit of debate, I can tell, on whether or not this is a Mailata or not. It's a bull rush by Bosa on Mailata here. So when he's coming back, he gets pushed back a little bit initially, then he sets up and sort of stalls Bosa a little bit. And then he gets into his feet and knees get into the entire chaos of what is the right side of the offensive line. You just get shattered here by basically everybody. 91 gets penetration in the A gap, 55 in the B gap, 95 in the C gap. So that's just an all-around bad play from the offensive line. Very strong rep against Bosa here. He's trying to bull rush. This is coming upfield from wide 9. Gets some good hat placement on him. And then his feet, like we talked about last video, he's chopping his feet one at a time, taking away the energy from Bosa's pass rush. And then Samalo comes in there and helps it at the end. On the 2-point attempt, we have an uneven line, so Mailata goes out there and moves out as a tight end next to Lane Johnson. Moves 91 really well with Blaine, a couple yards down the field. This time against Cesar Shea, and he does a really good job here. This makes it a lot easier when it isn't Nick Bosa. Doesn't get moved at all, no problem. Wide step to begin with, so not a lot of pass sets here. Gets a little bit wide, and Bosa does a good job here of swiping under his hands, so he has to turn upfield immediately and then drive him down. Of course, he gets some help with Miles Sanders and also Isaac Samao there. It's okay, but good explosiveness from Bosa. Good rep for both Mailata and Bosa right here. Bosa has an explosive move to the edge, and Mailata does a good job of initiating contact with him there initially and then dipping down, because if you just initiate the contact and then stand up high, he would get beat. But then he dips down and he gives him a shove upfield, so he doesn't become a part of the hit on Hurts. Big on big going at it on this rep here. I think there's a good anticipation by Jordan Mailata here initially, to sort of chop his feet and then wait for Nick Bosa to commit. He goes inside here, spins out of it, and Mailata sets up really well here, so he's ready to take him on again for round two. Gets the push there. Um, it's a fine job against Bosa that long. In pass protection here against Bosa, gives up a little bit of pressure on this rep. First, Bosa here goes quickly inside and gets a really good push on Mailata. So when he's trying to regain his balance, Bosa is going outside here, counter to the outside. And if Hurts does not get rid of the ball at that point right there, might end up in pressure, maybe even a sack. It's quick movements from Bosa. It's a good rep by him. It's all set up because of that push there initially. Wham concept here, so Mailata's job is just to go strictly up for the linebacker. Does that well and gets his hands on him. Would like to see him stay a little bit with him and have his hands placed a little bit longer, get shed off a little bit there. Setting up in pass protection against Samson here. Has his hat low and a good angle that he's taking on. Fortunately, gets pushed back a little bit there to begin with. And so Samson does good counter moving when he goes inside afterwards. Need to see a little bit more control over this rep. It's not too bad, but still it gets pushed back a little bit there. And if First doesn't get it off, it might be a pressure. Another pass set here. Check out the chip block he gets here from Jalen Rager on Nick Bosa. That's a really good chip block. Makes the life a lot easier for Mailata afterwards. That's a fine job by both of them. Tick game for 49ers, so the inside three technique guy is going to come first, and then Bosa stunts in behind him. Mailata and Samalo work in a good combination to pick up Bosa here from Samalo. He's in good control. Mailata gets thrown a little bit to the ground. Against 56 in pass protection, in this rep here, good initial contact on him. And then as he's trying to spin counter outside, it gets a little bit out of control here from Mailata. Instead of having the balance to just step back and initiate contact with him, but kind of like butt blocks him. It's okay. Like if that's what you have at that point, I guess that's fine. Good initial contact, but would like to see a little bit more control right there. So in conclusion of the tape here of Jordan Mailata, I think he did a really good job in the running game this week. I think it was easy to tell that he had a much bigger challenge in front of him with the 49ers than the Falcons, and Nick Bosa's explosiveness in his counter move was something that we didn't see too much of against guys like Dante Fowler do for the Falcons. So that presents a challenge for Jordan Mailata. It does for everybody. And I think Jordan handled himself well. He's going to progress throughout the year with those top tier defensive ends he's going against. So all in all, a really positive and otherwise depressing week here as the Eagles lost.